Okay, guys, welcome back to another talk video. If you didn't see the last one, our message to Fortnite, I recommend go watching that. Even though it didn't pick up NSA Blade's voice, this one should. Say hi.
No.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, so this one should pick up Blade's voice. I will double check it this time, just in case it didn't. But, so, what we are talking about today is aim assist and why pro players and how we're mad about pro players, keyboard and mouse players saying that it takes no skill to play on controller. Now,
Also, literally any controller player is better than Liquid Stretch.
we'll get to that in a second. So, why we're so mad because it actually does take skill. It actually does take skill to play on controller. Just like Nick A30 said. He said it takes skill to be able to aim with an analog stick. It's easier to aim with a mouse than it is with an analog stick. And he said keyboard and mouse and controller, they both have their different advantages, but controller players need aim assist to be able to keep up with keyboard and mouse players, because if I have tried to aim without aim assist, and it's almost impossible to aim without aim assist with a controller. Like, you can't hit shots. But I can aim better with a mouse than I can without aim assist on a controller. That just proves that it's easier to aim with a mouse than it is on controller. Now,
Especially considering we've grown up playing with controllers and
yeah.
we've barely ever played with mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, I've never played with mouse and keyboard my entire life, and it's easier for me to aim on a mouse than it is on a controller without aim assist. Now, I want to read out what Liquid Stretch said, and this really got me heated. So, Liquid Stretch said, "I cannot explain how much I hate controller players. It's like this burning passion inside me that despises all of you so much. I legit cannot even fathom. It hurts my head to think about. Forget you. Forget you if you're on controller. You're horrible and you have no skill whatsoever."
And here's what I say to that, Liquid Stretch. If you truly think that controller players have no skill to be able to kill people, why don't you go and pick up a controller and try playing Fortnite on it?
Exactly. You
And
try.
also, going to aim assist. Why don't you try, after having multiple years of playing on controller, why don't you go and play without aim assist and see how it affects you and see how hard it is to actually hit shots?
Somebody watching, send this video to him, because I'm talking to him specifically. If you think it takes no skill to aim with a controller, then you should try it. You should try to play on a controller. You should try it. So then Benji Fishy replied to Liquid Stretch, and he said, "Didn't think anything could be worse than Legacy, but wow, Linear is so much more OP. Only thing that it did is make bad controller players good," which I completely disagree with.
I mean, yeah, it made people's aim better. Sure. I'll agree with the fact that it made people's aim better, but it doesn't make bad players good. If you can build still on controller, aim assist has nothing to do with that. If somebody outbuilds you, though, you're going to start raging about how controller players have every advantage when they have no advantage in building.
But is Linear worse than Legacy? Because if you think about it, I would say Legacy is worse because of L2. Linear, you can't do the L2 strat anymore. But Legacy, you could. Legacy, you could do the L2 thing, and then you wouldn't miss shots with Legacy. And I can say it is very possible to miss shots with Linear. Very possible. So then, Beehive replies and says made good controller players unstoppable too. Don't forget about that. That is, I also don't agree with that.
Once again, sure, made their aim a little bit better. But made them unstoppable? No. I've seen multiple professional controller players still die to PC players.
Yeah.
You can't say it doesn't happen and actually be telling the truth.
Yeah. So then Benji Fishy replies to him, and I do have to say I agree with some of this. He says, yeah. And it also means that they get less recognition for being actually talented. I do agree with that. And he said you can't tell if a controller player is good or just good because they have aimbot. I don't agree with that. If the controller player hits all of his shots, but he can't build, is he good? Does that make him good?
Here's the thing about aim assist. It seems like every PC player, when they start thinking of aim assist, always forget. It snaps you to the person.
Yeah.
That's all it does. It doesn't do anything for Bloom, which means we still miss about the exact same amount of shots as you do when you have your target right on a person. Which makes it about just as hard because Epic seemingly has given us worse Bloom because we have aim that snaps to people. So we're around even still. And also, if Epic decides that they take out aim assist, then all the controller players are going to complain because you guys will have every advantage. You guys can build faster, you can edit faster, you can shoot better, you can aim better. I mean, controller players will have no advantages at that point. And they need something to help them. Because if they don't have anything going for them, there's no way they're ever going to win against a PC player.
Exactly. So, yeah, just, it does take skill to aim and to be a controller player. It does take skill, and I'm going to say it straight. If you think it doesn't take skill to be a controller player, you are a complete and utter idiot. I said it. Okay, so Tfue said aim assist ruined Fortnite for mouse and keyboard players. Looks like we need to find a new game. Unlucky. Why did aim assist ruin Fortnite for mouse and keyboard players? All it's doing is helping controller players be able to keep up with PC or keyboard and mouse players.
Honestly, if aim assist weren't in the game, it would ruin it for controller players. Because then controller players would never be able to hit a shot. And then that would ruin it for PC players when they go against controller players because it's just an easy kill. Which will make it an easy win, which will make the game boring because you have no challenge and you just win every game.
Exactly. I really... The one thing I wanted to make this video about was because of Liquid Stretch saying that controller players have no skill and they don't need any skill to play controller, because that's completely false. And you shouldn't listen to that guy, because that is completely false. Controller players have a lot of skill. Especially because you can't call a controller player good if he has good aim, but he can't build. You can't call him good.
Honestly, I feel like Liquid Stretch made that tweet because he had just died to a controller player that was better than him.
Probably.
It was legitimately better than him and so would have killed him without aim assist and just got salty.
Yep. It's probably what happened. Literally probably what happened. Because I gotta say, some of the pro players they don't act like adults. And they don't act mature at all. And they just go off and say things that just aren't true because they didn't get their way. I really think it is very annoying that he said that. And I really wish there was a way for Epic to make keyboard and mouse players and controller players happy all at the same time. And I might have a solution, but it might be a little hard. I mean, the only solution I can come up with is separate controller players from keyboard and mouse players. Have controller players
like it was in the past.
Have controller players go
Like
in their
this in
own lobby,
tournaments.
and keyboard and mouse go in their own lobbies. Controller players have their own tournaments. Keyboard and mouse players have their own tournaments. Controller players get to keep their aim assist. Keyboard and mouse players don't have to worry about aim assist, and then everybody's happy again.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the only way Epic is going to make anybody happy. And I guarantee you agree with that.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. And honestly, aim assist has been in the game since the very beginning.
Yeah.
Controller players have had it since the very beginning. Something gets nerfed, and then all of a sudden, all the PC players are like, oh, well, now we're going to complain about it because it just got made worse. So maybe we can get it to be worse and worse, and then controller players won't be any competition.
Yeah. I mean, it was more overpowered because there used to be L2, and now there isn't. L2 was the most overpowered thing. I have to say, the L2 was overpowered.
And I honestly think Epic has already nerfed aim assist twice. I think they've nerfed it as much as they're going to.
Yeah.
So you might as well just stop trying and fighting Epic to make it worse. It's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, and if they do make it worse, then controller players aren't going to be able to keep up with keyboard and mouse players. And then instead of Epic getting all the heat from the keyboard and mouse players, they're going to start getting heat from all the controller players. There's no good outcome here for Epic unless they split up controller players and split up keyboard and mouse players and put them in separate lobbies so keyboard and mouse players don't have to worry about aim assist and controller players can keep their aim assist because they need it. By the way, NSA t-shirt. NSA
Honestly,
t-shirt, boys.
They're complaining about something, but no game is going to be perfect.
Exactly.
So, if that gets changed, once again, this goes back to if aim assist gets nerfed or something like that, then controller players are going to get annoyed with Epic for nerfing it.
Mm-hmm.
And then Epic's going to bring it back so controller players aren't annoyed, and then PC players are going to get annoyed because aim assist is there.
Yeah. I do want to touch on the fact about a lot of people saying Fortnite is dying and Fortnite is dead. Guys, the people that are saying Fortnite is dying are idiots. Because Fortnite has the most players playing right now than it's ever had. Because of all the stuff happening right now and everybody's stuck at home. And so what are they going to do other than play Fortnite? Literally, Fortnite is not dying. It has the most players it's ever had. Right now.
Yeah.
So you guys can stop saying Fortnite is dying because it's getting on my nerves and it's very annoying. And I want to say that a lot of and I know I touched back on this opinion like in the last talk video, which you guys should check out, by the way. I did mention this, that a lot of pro streamers have big influences on a lot of other people. So if the pro streamers and the popular streamers are saying Fortnite's dying, then everybody else is gonna say Fortnite's dying. And that's not true. Fortnite is not dying. And I don't think it'll die for many years to come.
Yeah. I think Fortnite's still got another good, at least 2 chapters in it.
Yeah.
And if those chapters are 10 seasons.
I mean, yeah. All right, boys. I think that's all we got to talk about. We've ranted for about 15 minutes. So that's all I really have to talk about, but all I got to say is frick you, Liquid Stretch.
Yep.
So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Please hit that like button and subscribe. Try to get this to Liquid Stretch because I really want him to hear this video. He's the main reason I'm making this video anyway. So
also, Liquid Stretch, if you do watch this video, dun.
Alright, so I hope you guys did enjoy. Go follow NSA Blade on Twitch. Go follow my Twitch. Please like and subscribe. Use code AaronBrin in the item shop. Support my boy and use them. So, yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that you agree with me and Blade on this situation, and that Liquid Stretch is completely wrong in the fact that controller players have no skill. Because I can tell you, I am a controller player, I can tell you it does take skill to have good aim and to build on controller. And heck, even editing on controller is hard. I can edit better on keyboard and mouse than I can on controller. I can edit. I can't build better, but I can edit faster because editing is so much easier on keyboard and mouse. Because instead, the same thing applies with the aiming. Instead of swinging your mouse around and editing with a mouse, you have to edit with an analog stick. You have no clue how hard that is to move the analog stick and edit with an analog stick instead of moving the mouse and editing with a mouse. Anyway, guys.
Especially when it's so easy to move it the wrong way and accidentally hit another box that you didn't mean to hit.
Yeah. So anyway, I really hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I hope you do agree. Please leave your comments down below. I really do like reading them and replying to them. So, and I want to hear your guys' opinions on this. And yeah, that's really all I gotta say. Peace out, everybody.
Peace.